Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's head outside and take a look outside our weather window from this afternoon. And this is our Billy Goat camera up north looking down at the town of Pateros. And just a little bit farther up on your screen, left center, that's Brewster, as the Methow River joins the Columbia. And we did see a few more clouds up that way, but also some peaks at blue sky and pretty much a normal late fall day today. But things will get more winter-like as we get into the weekend. Good chance for overnight snow Friday, and then once again on and off on Saturday. The mountain passes are a mess already, and it's just going to get worse as we get into the weekend. And yes, we could see some snow here in the lowlands as well. We'll talk more about that coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Numerous spinouts on the snowy, slushy, then icy roadway led to the two closures of eastbound lanes on Snoqualmie Pass yesterday, and the state is warning things could get worse. The Moses Lake School District says an online threat that led to increased security at the high school earlier this week could not be traced to anyone locally. And the Chelan County PUD has a budget in place for 2022. But first, our top story tonight. A 19-year-old Okanagan County man was arraigned yesterday in a November shooting that left a teenager paralyzed. Sheriff's deputies say Damian Conway opened fire during a November 20th house party outside Omak, striking 16-year-old Elias Clark in the upper spine. Conway then left the party and allegedly disposed of the handgun used in the shooting. He was arrested a few hours later at his parents' house. He's now charged with third-degree assault and related crimes. Clark remains under medical treatment in Spokane. His family said he has use of his arms, but is otherwise paralyzed from the chest down. Conway faces trial coming up in February. Numerous spinouts on the snowy, slushy, then icy roadway led to the two closures of eastbound lanes on Snoqualmie Pass yesterday, and the state is warning things could get worse. There is snow in the forecast for the next few days on the passes, including 5 to 10 inches today, accompanied by gusty winds that could significantly reduce visibility. The pass was first closed at 1:15 p.m. yesterday to clear spun-out semis and other vehicles about 5 miles west of the summit. The lanes were reopened at 4:10 p.m., but then had to be closed again about 5:30 so crews could break up snow and ice on the hill east of North Bend. That closure lasted until just after 11 p.m. Meanwhile, Stevens and Blewett passes have been faring much better thus far, with some snow and slush on the roadways, but no closures. The Moses Lake School District says an online threat that led to increased security at the high school earlier this week could not be traced to anyone locally. The district said it appears the threat originated from a viral Snapchat post that appears to have begun in Georgia before being circulated widely in the U.S. The post claimed there would be gun violence at the local high school that day. After an investigation by the district and Moses Lake Police Department, the threat was found not to be credible. The Chelan County PUD has a budget in place for 2022. Commissioners unanimously adopted the $452 million spending plan, which is up from the $429 million budgeted this year. Part of the increase comes from small boosts to the PUD's rates for power, water, and fiber optic service. The utility district generates and sells electricity from the Rocky Reach, Rock Island, and Chelan River dams. Commissioners initially planned some needed investment to modernize Rock Island Dam, but those expenses have now been delayed until 2023. Coming up next, Wenatchee's Pybus Public Market wants to replace the uneven parking lot on the western side of its riverfront building. Representative Kim Schreier's forest bill has now passed the House. Chelan PUD General Manager Steve Wright continues to rack up recommendations on his way out the door. And when Bud Dietrich decided it was time to call it quits on his snowmobiling hobby, the Chelan County Sheriff's Office immediately benefited. We'll tell you how coming up. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Happy holidays from your friends at Wenatchee Power Sports. Come in today and check out our inventory of Polaris snowmobiles, accessories, and apparel. We also carry a large selection of snow gear from FXR, Climb, BCA, and more. The entire Wenatchee Power Sports team is dedicated to keeping our inventory stocked as we continue to provide a level of customer service that's second to none. From dirt bikes and utility vehicles to snowmobiles and watercraft, we have you covered for every season. Your adventure begins here at Wenatchee Power Sports.
Campfire North Central Washington, serving youth ages 3 to 18. Register today in one of Campfire's programs. Club members meet regularly with volunteer leaders to learn responsibility, sharing, cooperation, and citizenship. When a child is involved in Campfire, they will be actively learning and engaged in activities, encouraged to learn new skills, feel a part of the group, learn to work in a team setting, participate in planning, goal setting, and making lasting memories.
Welcome back. In another news, Wenatchee's Pybus Public Market wants to replace the uneven parking lot on the western side of its riverfront building. The lot is left over from when the market building was a steel works before it was renovated and opened to the public in 2013. The market's charitable fund has mounted a fundraiser through the Community Foundation of North Central Washington, seeking to create a pedestrian-friendly plaza that would also be a permanent home for the Wenatchee Valley Farmers Market. You can contribute to the fundraiser through the web addresses you see on your screen. A bill from 8th District Representative Kim Schreier to help forest agencies keep more money for wildfire remediation has passed the House. The National Forest Restoration and Remediation Act sailed through yesterday on a vote of 385 to 42. If passed in the Senate and signed into law, it would let the U.S. Forest Service hold on to millions of dollars in interest from settlement funds, which right now the agency has to surrender.
The National Forest Restoration and Remediation Act would simply allow the Forest Service to retain interest on settlement funds and apply those additional resources to restoration work that is abundantly needed. Without this additional funding, the value of settlement funds diminishes over time, and the Forest Service can face long-term budget shortfalls and environmental cleanup. If this bill had been in effect between fiscal years 2015 and 2019, the Forest Service would have received more than $7.5 million to supplement their environmental restoration work.
Chelan PUD General Manager Steve Wright continues to rack up commendations on his way out the door. On Tuesday, Washington's Association of Public Utility Districts recognized Wright with its Lifetime Achievement Award for his years of work in the public power industry. He's led the PUD since 2013, and before that, headed the Bonneville Power Administration for 12 years. The award follows others announced in the last month from the Alliance to Save Energy and the Northwest Energy Efficiency Alliance. Wright will retire from the PUD at the end of this year to be replaced by current Deputy Manager Kirk Hudson. Well, when Bud Dietrich decided it was time to call it quits on his snowmobiling hobby, the Chelan County Sheriff's Office immediately benefited. Dietrich, a longtime member of the Bavarian Boondockers Snowmobile Club, donated 2 snowmobiles and a trailer for hauling them to the Sheriff's Office yesterday. Chelan County Emergency Management said the county is very appreciative of the Leavenworth man's generous donation yesterday. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
A new novel is now available at Amazon.com. The title, Lost Treasure of the China Bar, details life on the Columbia River and Plateau during the 1800s. You ask, is the treasure still buried somewhere near Chelan? Find out by reading Lost Treasure of the China Bar.
Lost Treasure of the China Bar. Buy it on Amazon.com. $12.99 for paperback, $2.99 for Kindle. A great gift.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Each week, NCWLIFE's Rachel Mandelis introduces us to a new pet available for adoption at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. In tonight's featured story, meet Yukon.
This week on Pause for Pets, Jenny from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society introduces us to Yukon, a young lab mix looking for an adventure partner.
This is Yukon here. He will be 2 in March, so he's still a young guy learning all that he needs to learn. He seems to be pretty smart and has picked up quickly to, to leash routines here at the shelter, door routines. He knows sit. He's super treat motivated, so he'd be pretty easy to continue working with. Come here, hey, sit, good boy. He's kind of looking for that home that somebody wants to actually probably adventure with and like give him exercise, because he is a pretty energetic guy, but energetic in a good way. Like he can definitely go the distance and be somebody's buddy. He needs a little bit more leash work. But like I said, he is treat motivated and super willing to learn. He's just waiting for that home that's going to give him some attention and, come here, bud, and guidance to, hey, come on. Attention and guidance to be a good dog. Hey, come on, sit, come on. He does have to be in a home with no cats though, because cats are, he's a little too excited to be in a home with cats, so he does need that cat-free home. But Yukon is ready. Whoops, come here, buddy. Come on, sit. Yukon's ready to go today. like ready as can be, huh? Oh my gosh, you're a handful. You are a handful, but we love you, huh?
If you're interested in meeting and adopting Yukon, the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and closed 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. for quiet hour. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Let's take a look now at your north central Washington weather forecast as we inch a little bit closer to the upcoming weekend. Not a bad day today, and I hope you had a great Thursday, by the way. This is a shot looking down at the Columbia River where the Methow River joins the Columbia, our Billy Goat camera. Right here, the town of Pateros, and right back here is Brewster. And you can see some clouds up that way today. We saw our fair share of cloudiness here too. kept our temperature down just a little bit, but basically we were right where we thought we would be today, and that's 40 degrees unofficially at Pangbourne Airport. Normally for this time of year, we should be at 35, record high 52 degrees, and that was set back in 2015. 27 this morning, 25 is where we should be normally for our low. Record low 1972 when we dropped down to 3 degrees. Sunrise 7:37 this morning, and the sun set this afternoon at a very early 4:10. Let's take a peek now at those Friday temperatures as we get you into the end of the week and kick off our upcoming weekend. Just slightly warmer for some locations tomorrow, but coolers for others too. Cooler for Moses Lake and Ephrata at about 39 degrees. 40 degrees for Quincy, slightly warmer for Wenatchee tomorrow at 41, 39 in Leavenworth, 37 the high in Chelan, and up in the Omak, Okanagan, Tenasket area, you will top off tomorrow. A little bit chilly at 35 degrees. Taking a look now at what we can expect as we get into tonight. Partly cloudy skies. We will see just a light north breeze out there with low temperatures dropping down into the upper 20s. High pressure off the coast still in control, but not for very much longer. As we get you into your Friday weather forecast, that high pressure ridge begins to break down. You can see it right here. Lots of wind off the coast, and there is that big storm system that just kind of been lingering up in the Gulf of Alaska. This is what happens as we get into Friday night late. That's about 11 or 12 o'clock. Good chance for rain and snow, and an even better chance for, I think, accumulating snow overnight and into Saturday. A 70% chance for the mix. It will be warmer though on Saturday with highs in the mid to upper 40s. That's because a warm front right here will move through first. And then by Sunday, cloudy skies will continue. We'll see about a 50% chance for rain and snow showers. High temperatures in the low 40s. Still lots of snow in the Cascades, so be very careful if you were traveling to the west side. For Monday, not much is going to change. In fact, our low pressure area will slide down from the Gulf of Alaska, and that'll bring an even better chance for rain mixed with snow for us on Monday. A 70% chance of the wet stuff. Cooler too, with high temperatures Monday in the upper 30s. For Tuesday, partly cloudy. A bit of a breather for Tuesday. Dry conditions with high temperatures, near 40 degrees. And there is our next round of storminess. Already moving down from the Pacific, and that'll bring us about a 60% chance for rain and snow on Wednesday. Once again, high temperatures in the upper 30s. Take a look at your 7-day forecast now. 27 overnight tonight. Remember, quiet tomorrow, 41 our high temperature. And then as we get closer to midnight, we're going to see some snow begin to fall. 32 our overnight low. Cloudy, a 70% chance for snow on Saturday. We'll see though, 45 degrees. It might be a rain-snow mix. And we're going to continue with a good chance for showers Sunday and especially into Monday. 39 your high on Monday. A break for Tuesday with a high temperature of around 40. And then by Wednesday, the next round of storminess moves in. Cloudy skies, a 60% chance of a rain-snow mix. And your high temperature then, 38 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
What is home? A place to gather, a place to grow, provide shelter for the ones we love, eat, drink, restore, build trust. It's a place to rest when the workday is done, a place to find quiet after a night of good fun. What an honor we have at Guild to help own, finance, create, pave the way to live in home.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve. The right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5.
High school sports is back, and NCWLIFE Channel's got you covered. Tune in for football, girls soccer, and volleyball right here. Thanks to our sponsors, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Rivercom 911, and Sangster Motors. Follow all the action of high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
14, they come back.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE Channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. Not a happy day if you're a Seahawk fan. Jamal Adams is out for the season. The announcement made yesterday that Adams suffered a season-ending shoulder injury that will require surgery. Coach Pete Carroll says he and the coaching staff and Jamal's teammates are certainly upset about the news.
You guys heard Jamal Adams is going to have surgery, I think it's tomorrow, on the shoulder. And unfortunately, he got hit just the wrong way, and he's going to have to get fixed up. He's been through this before, and he's really rocked by it, of course. But we're all pulling for him to come out and get out of this thing, get back as soon as possible. But
it's another playmaker out there, a guy that you have to plan for in the game plan. You got to know where he's at. If you when you're watching film, you can see that offenses have to know where he's at because they have to be conscious of him blitzing. And so, it's going to be a lot from his leadership, his energy, his passion for the game. We're definitely going to miss that.
I think everybody knows how much of an impact Jamal's made on this team as well as our defense. You can't really replace a guy like that, and there's no doubt. Energy, his enthusiasm, his what he brings to the team and how hard he works, and you can't replace him.
That will mean fourth-year safety Ryan Neal will have to step up and fill in for Adams. Neal says he's devastated for his teammate and will try to do his best.
You hate seeing something like this happen to somebody who works extremely hard at their craft, gives it everything, is very passionate, and to have that happen to him again, it sucks. It's a big blow. You're losing a special guy like that who means a lot to everybody on the team, and fortunately, it's the second time this happened in kind of a similar fashion, which is crazy. But for me, it's just the same thing. Just step in, be accountable, be there for the people around me, be there for my team. The defense, the coaches, everything. Of course, it's an opportunity for me, but it ain't even about me. You know what I mean? It's about everybody else, and how can we keep this thing rolling in the direction that we got it. So my whole mindset is step in, do my job, do it to the best of my ability to help us win games, and that's just how I'm looking at it.
Seattle is set to take on the Texans in Houston Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. You can watch it on Fox. Well, the Washington State women's basketball team overcame a 12-point deficit and came back to beat Gonzaga 51-49 last night in Spokane. Charlize Ledger-Walker led the way with 14 points, while Kaylin Trong had 13. Defense and hustle plays made the difference down the stretch for the Cougars.
Here's O'Connor. Slashes through the paint, had her shot blocked by Ulamatuga. I feel like both these teams came into the season with a chip on the shoulder. And there's a nice bucket down low for Charlize Ledger-Walker.
Just a great call coming out of the timeout to get your player involved. That she did not finish that layup.
That pass intercepted by Charlize Ledger-Walker. That was the 20th turnover on the night. Here's a shot from Emma Nankervis. She got it to fall from the baseline. Relays a play call to her team. They work it down low to Wallach, and Wallach puts it off the glass.
In from that wing and just sneaks in there to get those extra looks.
Ledger-Walker with a steal. She lays it up and in on the other end. She feeds it down low to Ejim. Back to Walker for three in the win. No good. It's off the mark. Washington State comes to Spokane and escapes with a 51-49 win.
Coach Cammie Etheridge says it was great to get her first win against Gonzaga since she's been coaching at WSU.
We knew and we talked a lot about Gonzaga and all the problems they present and what their physicality and how disciplined they are and what they do has just killed us in the past because we've been kind of not physical enough to play with them. And so I think that they understand that this is a real statement game kind of for our program of where we're going, and how we've grown, and how now all of a sudden we can guard at this level. I think a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago when we were here, we would have been down 20 points at half just because we didn't have the mindset that we do this year on the defensive end, to stay with it, to stick with it. Even when things aren't going good on the offensive end, the ball's not going in the basket, keep yourself in the game. And, obviously I thought we kept ourselves in the game and then made some just an amazing game-winning plays in the second half.
Turning to the Le men's college basketball scoreboard from last night, Colorado handed Eastern Washington a 60-57 defeat. There you go, despite 23 points from Steele Venters and 11 from Mason Landeck. In Pullman, Washington State blew out Weber State 94-60 behind balance scoring with 4 players in double figures. Noah Williams leading the way with 17. Coach Kyle Smith, all smiles afterwards.
Needless to say that that was a great win for us. Really didn't see it was a closer game than the final score, but it was nice to see us put the pedal down and finish that game really strong. And thought we played one of our best games, start to finish, and especially offensively and moving the ball, and got 2 games worth of assists for us. So that was nice to see.
Cougars finished with 19 assists in the game. Coming up tonight, 5th-ranked Gonzaga is hosting Merrimack at the McCarthy Athletic Center. That game at 6. The game will be carried on some of the Root Sports Network. Rest of Root Sports will be broadcasting the Kraken's game tonight in NHL action. Seattle hosts Winnipeg at Climate Pledge Arena at 7 o'clock. Let's take a look at the local prep schedule, starting with girls bowling. It was actually earlier today. Eastmont traveled to Eisenhower. Also at Minda Lanes, Wenatchee was at Davis. Moses Lake was on the road facing Sela. Turning to the hoops schedule for tonight, Cascades hosting Cle Roslyn. It's also the start time at 5:45 for Omak at Cashmere, Chelan at Quincy. NAS hosting Cascade Christian Academy at 6 o'clock. In boys basketball tonight, the Kodiaks host Cle Roslyn at 7:15. Chelan's in Quincy at 7:15. Cashmere hosts Omak. Guess what? 7:15. NAS game against Cascade Christian gets underway at 7:30. Also, a few wrestling matches on tap for tonight. Eastmont's hosting Davis. Wenatchee on the road at Ike, and Ephrata is hosting Othello. All the matches start at 7 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Tomorrow, Friday, we'll have a great show for you. It's going to be a 5-star show. We always promise you 5-star shows on Friday because, as you well know by now, Mondays we're here and we work, but we don't work real hard. Tuesdays are like Mondays. Wednesdays, we lean forward a little bit. We try a little harder. Thursdays, we kind of gather everything that we need. Friday, 5-star show. A 5-star show guaranteed tomorrow, or double your television viewing pleasure back. Now all you got to do is put a show together. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. to get your weekend going. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night. News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life channel.
Now, am I looking into this camera? Or am I looking, where am I looking?
We're going to have you just look at it.
The holiday season is coming, and Santa's making his 15-second commercial for NCW Life channel. Are you?
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCW Life channel.